to tease us. Well, to find out what happens to Dax and the whole Parenthood family on the season finale, tune into King 5 tonight at 10 p.m. We know every country has its most beloved sport. I'm sure that you guys have your favorite. In most parts of the world, it's soccer, or football, as they call it in most parts of the world, except in Australia, where football is more like the football that we know here in America. It's called footy, or Australian rules football. Footy is Australia's biggest spectator sport. It's kind of a cross between rugby, American football, soccer, and basketball. You guys following this? Now, Australian rules football is actually catching on here. In Seattle, we have an amateur Aussie rules team called the Seattle Grizzlies, and they are here today to explain the game for us. Please welcome co-captain Josh Anfinson and the Seattle Grizzlies, everybody. Woohoo! Good to have you here. So we have to tell you, and we should let everybody else know, that we were inspired to do this segment by the New Day Northwest photographer, Toby, who happens to be an Aussie himself. He's over there working the camera. Toby, you were so excited to realize that they had footy here. I was, yeah. It totally blew me away.
Been here for a couple of years, and I missed football a lot. And yeah, heard about the Seattle Grizzlies at the Kangaroo Kiwi pub, and yeah, looked them up, and they've got their own website, and I hear they're a really good team. Yeah,
now you're wearing a jersey of a different nature, though. Who's your jersey for?
This is Port Adelaide Football Club, the best team in the AFL competition in Australia. So
you would agree with that? Is that no? We already have a rivalry going here in studio. Who's your favorite team?
My favorite team is the Melbourne Demons, and I will be the first to admit they're not the best team in the planet right now either. But the funny thing is that jersey is actually one of our rivals, Portland, the Portland Power.
Oh,
so they
Toby.
wear that exact jersey. So we just beat them 127-25 on Saturday.
Oh, and good for you guys, but it's 5 against 1 here. So Toby, settle down with that jersey over there.
That's kind of what it looks like on the field as well.
So tell us a little bit about it. What is this sport? What makes it such a cool sport?
So Australian rules football, it's full contact, no pads. And it's really fast. A lot of people liken it to rugby, but it's actually a lot faster than rugby, and it's not as structured. So rugby is, one line approaching another line, just like American football. But Australian rules football is helter-skelter. You can go in any direction. The field is 175 yards by 125 yards, so it's a massive field. A lot of running, 18 aside. And it's just a really fun game to play and to watch as well.
And I'm sure people can't tell, but I imagine you would have to be in fairly decent shape to play it. You can't tell by looking at it.
You should be. You should be.
And you guys don't just play on a field. This is a crazy kind of sport where different matches take place in different locales.
Right. I think what you're referring to is there's a promo for the Australian Football League, and they're trying to get people involved. So they show games going on in bull rings and boxing rings, and people breaking in and out of different cityscapes and whatnot. So it's a game that you can show all over the place, just because it likens itself to so many other sports, because of you have to be an all-rounder. You can't just specialize in one thing.
You have to be able to fight a bull while playing your sport.
What we were saying backstage, if the game's tied at the end, then that's one of the tiebreakers, right?
Who can fend off the bull?
Exactly.
Right? So how popular is this sport getting here in the U.S.? Is it getting a foothold here?
Yeah, we have roughly 1,000 people participate every year at national championships. This year it's in Louisville, Kentucky, and it's a huge tournament. It's a huge tournament. There's about 35 teams from around the country that go and represent their different cities. So it's fantastic.
All right, well, in order for us to appreciate it, we sort of need to know what we're looking for. So maybe you guys can show us some of the, what are the sort of like elementary moves that you need to be able to do in order to play this sport?
So you would have seen from some of the footage that they just showed, the two ways to get rid of the ball or dispose of the ball is called a handball, which these guys are demonstrating right now. So it's kind of like an underarm volleyball serve. You just handball it to each other. So if somebody's within sort of hitting distance of the ball, then you'll go ahead and hand pass it to each other. The other way to dispose is to kick, but we don't really have enough room in here right now, so we're just gonna.
That's for distance.
We're gonna show these guys just doing some handballs, and then when you're running with the ball, every 10 steps you have to bounce the ball. So it's kind of like dribbling the ball in basketball. So these guys are going to show some bouncing of the ball as they go through.
It's kind of like dribbling a basketball, except that's not a basketball.
Right.
It's not
so
round.
it's
fundamentally more difficult. It looks like.
That's one of the skills that people are amazed about when they see the game is that you can run and you can bounce this ball, and you know you're doing it at top speed as well. So
how long does it take one to learn how to be adept at any part of the sport?
I guess it depends on who that one is, but you know, if you're pretty athletic, you can learn it. We can get you up there doing it, I reckon. What do you think?
I reckon. Sure. Yeah. Now we should not assume that I'm pretty athletic. Just take note. Okay, so how
you're
am I holding
gonna bounce it, and you want it to hit somewhere around here, and then bounce back up to you.
Right.
And we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
Hey, good job.
In the heels.
And then the handball just over to Ed over in the middle there.
Yeah,
Good job.
volleyball's coming in handy. Why don't Ryan, right?
Yes.
Let's come back over here and talk to you too, because you don't just play for this team. You are on the national U.S. team.
Yes, the U.S. Revolution I play for.
And you'll notice he does not have the Aussie accent.
I do
So
not.
you did not grow up in a country where this sport was the sport. How did you come to this sport and start playing?
Just one of the guys on the team just ran into me and told me I needed to come out. Went to the first practice and loved it and never looked back.
Do you guys give him a hard time that he can't be an Australian and speak in your accent? And
No, so that's one of the great things about the Grizzlies and why we're around is because we're trying to progress the sport over here, and to do that we have to get Americans involved. And the rules of the national competition is you need to have 50% Americans or non-Australians on the field at all times. So our club list is probably around 50 people, and we probably have anywhere from 25 to 30 Americans. So it's predominantly Americans over here, and that's the only way it's going to get bigger. So.
All right. Thank you so much for being with us. It looks like a lot of fun. The Seattle Grizzlies are having a Metro Footy event at Mosier Park in Burien on Tuesday, June 1st. It's really a great way to learn more about the sport. They say all skill levels are welcome to play if you dare. I dared, so now you guys can dare. We've got all the details on our website. Up next, secrets from the boardroom of The Celebrity Apprentice. It's a New Day exclusive. Stay with us.